All right, folks, welcome to a market recap. Today, unfortunately, we did have a beautiful setup, but that setup did not follow our trading guideline rules, but it was a beautiful day regardless. We are right. Once again, although we didn't capitalize on it, it's gonna be like this, guys. If we try to capitalize on every move, we're gonna fuck up a lot, right? In this week, if I'm trying to capitalize on every prediction I have, this whole week I was correct on every move, right? Low, buy, low, sell, buy, sell, buy. I was correct on all of them, right? But if I were to trade them, loss, 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 loss. And this won't be a win, right? But you see, but we won. We lost 4. That's why our rules matter so much, right? This push to the downside, we predicted it. Guess what? We were right. This push to the downside, we were right. This push to the downside, we were right. But overall, he failed because this is going to the long-term drawn liquidity. So since it go to the long-term drawn liquidity, we're gonna hold all the down low, and he never delivered. That's why it's very important for us to have execution rules, right? That's why that matters a lot, and that's the whole reason why I didn't take a trade. And I'm very happy I didn't take a trade. My goal from like the past 2 weeks is not to even force a trade. My goal is primarily to follow my trading guideline rules, nothing else. So, what's the higher time frame? Why I was overall bullish here? It was from a daily time frame. The daily time frame had very stacked confluences here to the downside, to the upside. I mean, the day before that, we closed above this Fibonacci gap once again. I was like, okay, we want to push up higher, so I'm gonna be, long this shit up. And eventually, we had a daily IRL to ERL, daily CRT to the upside, another daily CRT S&T to the upside. So that's why I had that as drawing liquidity. But overall, it's just scan right over here. Other CRT, as well as I had a classic expansion profile to the upside. You can see Tuesday low of the week, and you can see over here overall, you can see after the manipulation candle, all these candles were bullish. When it shows you just a bullish candle after a manipulation candle or bearish candle consecutively without bearish bullish, that is gonna have high chance of working out your favor. As well as we had a daily range because of the higher time frame here. We did have a daily range premium discount. Discount didn't get tagged daily range high. This is expansion daily range. Now that's what I had for overall context. Now going down to that's it. I don't have nothing else to say because I don't want to be saying something that's nonsense, right? Ooh. Oh, there was a bug on my shit. There was a fly. And oh, it wasn't even a fly. It was just my meat fucking. Oh, pause. My legs. All right, my legs. Calm down. Calm down. You guys are zesty, bro. So most of you guys are. We had a low, high, super low, super low, super high, stable low, stable high, premium discount. We tapped discount daily range high, as well we had a range here, range low, range high. So this is for our market context and narrative. We had a range low, range high, range low, daily 60 low, range high, daily 60 high. We had a range low, we had a S&T with a range low, and this is our range high, range low, daily 60 low, range high, daily 60 high. As well we had a near continuation, we had a 4-hour big range that we were trading inside. So looking to use a smaller range just as an execution. So to take profit with not even a take profit at all. But overall, that is not even giving a take profit because of the fixed RR. So what else do we had here? We had a near continuation from bullish and to make the low of the day. It did make the low of the day. We had a 4 for Fibonacci gap supporting the CRT, as well as we had a 4-hour order block as our key level, which got tapped right over here. So right before it went up higher, the 4-hour Fibonacci gap, the 4-hour order block got tapped as a key level as well. We had an hourly key level there as well. Now, what else we had here? We had a bearish order flow. Now the market goes above this high, so I feel like we are gonna have overall bullish order flow from now on forward. How come? Because although the bearish order flow is right over here, you can see resistance above the high, blow over the low, another resistance above the high, you try to blow over the low. So the order flow is bearish. Now that he broke above this high, they didn't break above it, but he souped it. So Order flow is now overall back to being bullish, but during that time it wasn't bullish. And what else we had here? That was enough. That was way more than enough for us to take a trade. That right there doesn't really matter. The context, the narrative doesn't really matter. What matters is the execution. That's the most important part. But one thing, well, then you say execution comes last. Yes, but execution is pattern, and this pattern must be the right pattern, which is that right there supports it, right? A pattern can happen anytime, but the right pattern must happen. The right context of the pattern, the right way of the pattern, not the wrong way. Some patterns, nothing is guaranteed in the market, right? You can see how crude oil back in the COVID, it went to what? A negative price marks. You see? Get that shit in mind. That could happen. So nothing is guaranteed, but you want to focus on highest probability setups because your mind can't handle too much stress. So on the lower time frame, what we had here was we had a near continuation, or allegedly we had the 5 a.m. at our CRT, and this is overall our key level. The fair value was a key level for our hourly key level, so I'm looking for it to get pressed between 7 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. I'm looking for a setup to form after that. And what happened here was the market pressed it out. But what happened, the reason why I didn't execute this trade was simple because of the, you can see, go back over here, the 5 a.m. low is not a legit low, it's the 5 a.m. low is a bear bullish candle, so I can't take that. I need to have a valid low, bearish bullish candle. So what I was looking at, I was looking for this, I was looking at soup, I was looking for a valid low to get formed, which it did. And I was looking for that valid low to get soup once a time. Then eventually give me the right number one, then execute the trade to the upside or downside, wherever it is. Then execute a trade. Unfortunately, the market never did that, but the market did give us a model one here, the right number one, and it gave us the resistance block entry, but we couldn't execute it simply due to the value of there not being a valid low, valid high. There must always be a valid low, valid high, and you can see we went for a 5 RR because if we're trading resistance blocks, we're gonna go for a 5 RR. The scenarios, right? So yeah, that was the lesson. And you can see CPI always gives a setup here. CPI, every time I had is either NFP and CPI has a high chance of me getting a setup. And you can see how the market retraces back down to my entry, straight down to my entry, right? So this is how you know markets are fucking controlled fucking hard, right? They're controlled maximum. Because every time I trade news, this is through my experience, I always see market coming back to my entry point. Always. All fucking ways. NFP, CPI are always gonna come back to my entry and go back up higher. So basically it's OTE, right? Low, high, low. And you can see right over here, we had a low. There was a not actual form of OTE, but if you really draw it down, you can see this was obviously an OTE, right? So as you guys know, our entry is OTE, our stop is total soup, our take profit is total soup, break even is a scam. All the time we break even is 4:30 p.m. Friday if the setup still has not hit take profit. Otherwise, if we're going for a higher different reward and our break even is going to be the CTS to the low of the range we're actively trading. So that's why you can see that's why we don't break even, right? I have conviction and confidence on all my trades. You see right over here the reason why the market comes back down. This right here tells you why the market goes back down, right? You can see the Pacific area too, the rejection block especially. This is why it's so important for you guys to not break even too early, because if you take the trade, you may be up, you may break even early, but markets come back down. Every single time, news will come back down to your entry. You will come back down to your entry, then eventually move in your way. You want it to happen because what is that? That's just an OTE. OTE is basically deep retracement. So OTE, as you guys know, the market makers doesn't want a lot of participants to get into the right side of the move. So he's gonna do whatever it takes to disqualify them. One being retracing back to the entry multiple times. Two being coming back to the entry, accumulating the entry. Number three could be going up, coming right back down, and then going right back up, right? So basically doing a deep OTE, which this right over here. And the second one is make them impatient and break even too early, which that causes them to lose, right? What stock goes into make not getting a trade or miss a move potentially, like on Friday. That's what the fucking market makers do. They love that shit, right? So this is why you gotta know to not break even too early, and it delivered beautifully to all our targets. You can see delivered to this target high, this target high, to this target high. You can see the day before that, but wondering, well, some of you guys get to my streams like, yeah, I was right, bro. I was right. Yeah, you were right. But if you were right the day before, why didn't you go to your target? Right? If you were right the day before that, yeah, I was looking. You were looking for longs yesterday. If you were to look long for yesterday, you would have gotten it fucking smacked, right? You are not right anymore, right? You fucking dumbass. You can't have a big ego, right? You gotta have a ego to extend. As I said this before in my last video, where you need to know if this will hit in this specific day. Fuck yesterday. You know, yesterday you can have a bullish bias, today you can have a bearish bias. You gotta know, okay, I set the bullish bias in the wrong time, because market wasn't ready to go up yet. Which that's why I waited for the right time to long get up while you did it. Right? So this is why it matters for you guys so much. That's why it matters for you guys so much to you guys to know about time and you know, not be too egotistic. Or a lot of you guys are. Everybody has an ego, but you know what I'm saying? The main lesson is seek wisdom. Right? Don't be a dickhead. Yesterday we're bullish. A lot of you guys are bullish yesterday. It didn't deliver, but today it delivered. And today, did I go bearish? Fuck no, I go longs. Because I fucking adapt. You must adapt to the market condition. You must adapt to the market. You cannot trade your feelings, your emotions, or your P&L. You must primarily trade your market and the data. Never trade your ego. If I were bearish yesterday, I'm not gonna stick to the same bearish for yesterday because market's telling me bullish, right? So a lot of you guys have an ego where yesterday I was bearish. I was correct. Obviously, you can see market I was correct. I was bearish yesterday, so I was right. But market didn't overall go down. It went up. But did I lose money? No. Did I adapt? Yes. Was I correct every single day here? Yes. Monday I was correct. Tuesday I was correct. Wednesday I was correct. Probably tomorrow I'm gonna be another correct. And probably have a setup to be correct in our side move and get the actual move there. This is why it matters for you guys so much. I can't emphasize this enough. To how should I say this? To adapt. Don't have ego on the fucking market. Don't have an ego. Don't try to prove yourself that. Don't try to prove something. Don't try to prove something on the market. Never do that shit because you're gonna fucking fail. But yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share. Join the description down below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Make sure you guys join the Discord. We have a beautiful community. We have my boy Benny, Trader. We have around 200 and probably like 200 to somewhere around 200. All right. Yeah, I can't keep the number in my mind, but I have a large. That's not that much, but hey, you're a community. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.